What's up, TGN Sports? It's Jay, more than Afterkill, and we're back in the baby ZR1, the Corvette Grand Sport. We're going around Hockenheim, Germany, and I really hate this damn track. This track is a nemesis of mine. It's a pain in my ass, and I love to do these courses, and it just really irks me when I hit a cone, and this level has no more than its share of cones. It has 141 cones, and they're all like really spread together, and it's really tough to get it through, especially with a high horsepower rear-wheel drive American V8 car like the Corvette Grand Sport. So I mean, it handles well, it just doesn't handle as well as maybe like, say, a front wheel or a four-wheel drive car would through here. And, you know, speaking of getting pissed off in racing games, I want to talk about some of the racing games that were a little bit more fun from back in the day. One of my favorite racing games was for the PlayStation 1. It was called Jet Moto, and it was like you're on a hover bike and you're flying through the boards, and I think it was one of the first games to actually run on a home console at over 30 frames per second. I think it ran close to 60, and it was just amazing. If any of you guys actually remember Jet Moto, I might actually pick it up really cheap and pop it in the old PS3 and try to get you guys some gameplay of that, because I'm a really big fan of the old school games, because I'm an old school gamer, because I'm an old gamer. But another game that I used to love to play was Sega Rally Championship, which to date is my favorite racing game ever, because it just nailed the game dead on. It was the game that I fell in love with the Imprezas back before the WRX came to America, and it was pretty much impossible to find a WRX in America. It was pretty much like the Skylines are now. You can't really get a Skyline, and you know, that's before Subaru and Mitsubishi had their little horsepower war between their little four-wheel drive cars. And it was just because these cars were unattainable in America that made Sega Rally Championship such a great game. And I used to love tearing around the courses, flying around the corners at like 70 miles an hour, and just kicking up snow and dirt all over the place. It was a blast. I had that game on the Sega Saturn. I had it when it came out on the Dreamcast. And speaking of the Sega Saturn, the other racing game that I used to play all the time was Daytona USA, which had, I shit you not, one of the most annoying soundtracks that you've ever heard in a game. I'm not a really good singer, but it was like, I don't know exactly what they were singing, but it was something like, la-di-la-la. I have no idea what the hell that song, but it used to loop, and it was like a 45-second loop, and it would play the whole goddamn time the game was on, and you couldn't change the music settings to turn it off, and that's why that game just sticks out so much in my head. But my all-time favorite racing game was for the N64. It was called San Francisco Rush. Now, not to be confused with San Francisco Rush 2049. I was not a fan of that game. It was too futuristic, and I didn't like it. But San Francisco Rush, the original one, was really fun. It was kind of modeled after like real cars, but they were really arcadey and cartoony. And there was like little keys hidden all over the city that you could explore and just drive around and unlock new cars and tracks. And there's a lot of shortcuts and jumps and big crashes and insane twists and turns. And I mean, it was a really fun game. And just playing this game, Forza, brings back those memories. And I wanted to share some of those memories with you guys. So, like I said, Jay, more than Afterkill. This is TGN Sports. Thanks for watching. See you guys later.
Thanks for watching TGN Sports. Do make sure you check us out on Facebook and Twitter for all your up-to-date news and announcements. Do not forget to subscribe to the shows of the directors that you love.